The timing around when to take CPP is a big factor when looking at your overall retirement and income strategy. And one factor that plays into that is the death of a spouse or common law partner and how much benefit you would get from CPP from your survivor benefit at that time. When we look at CPP survivor benefit, there's basically three aspects of it. There's a death benefit, and since 2020, that death benefit is a flat $2,500. So if you have a spouse or common law partner pass away, there will be a flat $2,500 payout. So that's part one. Part two is a survivor benefit. Now, the amount of survivor benefit will depend on your age as the survivor. If you're under 65, it's going to be different than if you're over 65. If you're over age 65 as a survivor, if your spouse or common law partner passes away, you will get 60% or up to 60% of their CPP benefit. And when I say up to, it's because there's a maximum amount, and I'll touch on that in a second. But if you are over 65, you will get 60% of the CPP benefit that your spouse or common law was receiving. Now, if you're under 65, the calculation's a little bit different. You're going to receive 37.5% of what they would have received at 65 plus a flat benefit. And in 2023, that flat benefit is $217.99. So you take the $217.99 plus the 37.5%, and that gives you your total benefit that you would receive as part of that survivor benefit. Now, as I mentioned, there are maximums that you can receive, and I'll touch on that in a second. But first, I want to cover off the third benefit of the survivor benefit on CPP, and that is if you have any children. So if you have kids under the age of 18 or between 18 and 25 and are in post-secondary education, they will receive a flat monthly benefit. In 2023, that has increased now, and that flat benefit is $281.73, and that will continue to increase with inflation over time. So that is a flat monthly benefit received by each child each month going forward from that survivor CPP benefit. So let's look back at the monthly benefit that you could receive. So if you are over 65 and you're going to receive 60%, in 2023, the maximum CPP benefit that someone could receive is $1,306.57. So if we take 60% of that, the maximum benefit of survivor benefit would be $783.94. Now, if you're under 65, we would take that full benefit again, we'd multiply it by 37.5%, and then add the $217.99, and that gives us total benefit of $707.95, so a little bit less. So as a survivor of someone who receives the maximum CPP benefit, you will receive a little bit more if you're over 65 versus under 65. It's close, but if you are older, you will actually get a little bit more. Now, one thing to consider, and this isn't considering the CPP disability, but just regular CPP, if you're also collecting CPP, there's a maximum benefit. So the combination of what you receive and what you get as a survivor benefit can't be more than that monthly maximum amount, which is, again, $1,306. So if you're also collecting CPP and now you're going to get a survivor benefit, keep in mind that there's a maximum amount that you can receive. Now, something that a lot of you don't know, and this is a really good tip if you take anything from this video, this is it. The total maximum amount that you can receive is going to vary case to case, and it's based on when you started your CPP benefit. That's going to give you your maximum amount. So if you start at age 60 and they assume inflation growth over time, your maximum amount is actually a little bit less than if you start at 65 or maybe even 70. And when we run it through our software, a lot of people say, you know, I'm close to max, my spouse is close to max. We're going to start CPP earlier so that if one of us dies, we're going to get more on the CPP survivor benefit. And that's not the case. That's not how it works. The longer you wait, because every month you wait, especially past age 65, you get that 0.7% bump. That's 8.4% per year, which is higher than inflation. I know we're at a high inflation rate right now, but it's higher inflation, especially going forward, compounded over many years. You actually will increase that maximum amount, giving you the ability to have more survivor benefit. We ran some scenarios in the software. I'm not going to share it today because there's a lot of numbers jumping around. I don't want to confuse everyone, but as we delayed CPP closer to 70, whether you're at a 75% max or 100% max, there's going to be more survivor benefit and more total CPP you can collect between your own CPP and a survivor benefit CPP on a monthly basis. So if you're considering taking CPP earlier because maybe you and your spouse or common law partner are pretty close to max, I encourage you to talk to your financial planner and have them run this in their system, and also have some stress testing done. Like, okay, we're both 65, we're thinking about taking it because we're both near max. So what happens if one of us passed away at 70, 75, 80, a bit earlier than life expectancy? Have these things run. If you don't have a financial planner, reach out to our office. We do offer fee-for-service financial planning, and these are the types of things that we can answer. So again, everyone has their bucket list in the back of their head that they need answered or want answered within their retirement plan. If this is one of your questions, like if you and your spouse or common law partner are pretty high on CPP, both of you, you're going to want to run these numbers. What do things look like if the unexpected happens? If you're someone that's collecting CPP Disability and then you add in a survivor benefit, the CPP Disability is a little bit higher, maximum monthly amount, than the regular CPP. So just be aware that you're capped at that amount going forward until 65, and then it drops down. So if you are collecting CPP Disability and then you have a CPP Survivor benefit, the numbers work a little bit different. So just be aware of that. Understand, we'll put a link below as well to support that, but make sure you understand kind of how this all works. And if you're someone that's sitting there that says, I don't know a lot about CPP, maybe you have child-rearing years, CPP Disability years, Survivor benefit years, and you're not sure the timing around when to take stuff, A, talk to your financial planner, or B, reach out to Doug Runchey. And Doug's kind of the foremost expert in Canada on the Canadian pension plan and the calculations that go around it. And a case in point is we're working on a financial plan for a client right now. He is receiving a survivor benefit. And when he reached out to us, he said, I need to start CPP right away because survivor benefit and timing and maximum amounts. And the reality is it's going to be more beneficial for him to delay it. So Doug's working on the calculation for him to show him the true numbers behind what makes the most sense. And then we'll take those numbers, put it into a retirement plan, and map out from like here to 90 or 95 and just give him a full picture for the rest of his life. Getting those key numbers from Doug is very important on his plan. So again, if you're somebody with child-rearing years, CPP Disability, or survivor benefit, those are the three big triggers that you need to reach out to Doug and get your calculations. It's a low cost. Doug does a great service. We've seen the end product many times. I encourage you to do that. It's a great resource to have. And then you can take those proper numbers, meet and talk to your financial planner, and get a proper plan done. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully you have a better understanding of survivor benefit and maybe the misconception and the misknowledge out there around it, and also what to do going forward to make sure that A, you're maximizing your benefit now. Again, life expectancy is when we expect to die, but if something happened a bit earlier, how does that affect you and your plan?